There's not a roll of the tongue. What do you think that is? Is that like a Latino Italian? Italiatano? No, Italiatino. There you go. That's how it goes. Italiatino. That's when you mix a Latin with an Italian. Go on ahead, please. You go on ahead. You wave. Good job. Thank you very much. Why is everybody stopped here? Oh yeah, this is the worst. See, I've got a new. Well, I don't have a new shift. I'm just covering a shift this week. 8:30 to 5. L'Italian. I like that. Makes you want to dance. L'Italian. Makes me. I'm not hungry at all. Overconsumed. Actually, I didn't overconsume. I think quantity or calorie. No, I probably hit my calories. I don't know, maybe. It wasn't quantity. It was the fact that I had 3 servings of chia seeds in my oatmeal. And that, if anybody's like trying to go on a diet, I think chia seeds might be the way to go. I mean, they're one of the highest, not the, but one of the highest fiber foods. Hey, this is titled Thankfulness. Hey, what's the big idea? How about you get to the point? Have I ever been one to get to the point like that? Like that? I do. I get back to the point all the time. I love the point. You know, people seem to not care very much about having the body of their. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate this is one of the things that I'm thankful for. I am thankful that I have this opportunity to not have to talk to only to be able to hear my own voice. Well, I still only hear my voice in my head, but then every now and then, like when I see a comment, it reminds me I'm not alone. And that's why comments are better than the lies YouTube tells, because YouTube, they're always lying to me, always telling me that no one's here. So I've seen the number 4, I've seen the number 5, I've seen the number 6, just in the last, 2 minutes. And I just don't know. Some people are checking in. They're like, yeah, I'm thankful that I woke up and all my organs appear to be working. Skeptical partisan, let me ask you, how do you know that they're operating? Oh, I can't do that. I scared the guy in the truck, though. I did scare him. He was like, I saw him break a little bit. It was interesting. So, Skeptical Partisan was one of the people that said, hey, I might be able to do that. They're like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What is it we can do for you, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Like, so it just is so pervasive. This whole, it's not dehumanization that's popular. It's demanization. I can't say that with a straight face. Androgen. No, that's not it, because gunos is woman. Androsification. Deandrosification? I don't know. Wow, Nate. I knew I had the sources in the chat, and there you go. Emasculation. That's the proper word. I like making up words too, but that is the word I was looking for. I guess. Oh, and there's the train. And there's the train, and he's a moving. I beat the train by 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, that's. I recognized that this morning I was kind of in a mood. Really, to be more specific, demanizing. I do like that, Robert. That's very good. Demanizing. Emasculation is one. Maybe that has a different connotation, and demanizing is better. Maybe a little bit more what I was looking for. I like that. Very good. All right. So this morning, I think I was just a little pugnacious, a little ready for rolling my sleeves up. Here's the thing. I want to talk about what I'm thankful for, and it kind of relates to this morning's stream. Kind of. So what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for a mission. So I have essentially 95% replaced my my video game playing. It's been a not a slow transition, but a mediocrely medium-paced transition. I was playing this game called PUBG, but not on a computer because I'm not a rich guy with a fancy computer. I was playing it on my phone, which everybody that ever plays PUBG is like, that's like playing with Legos. No, Legos would be better. That's like playing with finger paint. Okay, well, there's like 15 million people playing it on a daily basis. So I guess that's a bunch of little kindergartners. I mean, there are a lot of kids that play the game. I get it. But anyway, more to the point. It was just the thing I was doing to occupy time, to chill, and that's why the Fight We Need is a video that I was making, and I had that in mind. What is that? I don't even know what that is. That's a Jaguar. That's what it is. Range Rovers and Jaguars. That's why I did the video, The Fight We Need, because I believe that we have something in us that we have this fight. Well, maybe not everybody. Well, take that back. I think we all need a fight. I think that's more so what it is. And it needs to be the good fight. It needs to be running the race to the end. And you need to know what the race is. And if you get it mixed up, a lot of bad things happen. And what I mean is substitution for God's plan in our life. Hey, Candy. I can't read all of that, but I see that you seem to be thankful about the thankful topic, and I will address ways others can be thankful, and in a lot of ways you'll be able to recognize that through the ways I'm thankful. So I did a video, The Fight We Need, and I think that it's at least logical, if not psychologically consistent and all this good stuff, that we have a fight that we need to fight, and if we substitute it with something else, such as the whole trope or idea of artificial hero, that replacement, that artificial, the substitution for what God would rather have you be doing, it's never going to meet the true need that you have. Here's the thing. This I know is fact. So sometimes I'm going to be a little like, I don't know. I'm trying to do this the best I can. This I know is a fact. God has given us, all of us, gifts. Those that are unsaved have those gifts, but they're not going to have clear, clean, full access to these gifts apart from Christ, who enables us to do all things. So what am I saying when I say gifts? So I said I do want to do a stream on spiritual gifts, and I'll get to that. There's a couple of good key passages. If Robert, if you're still here, I have a feeling you're the kind of guy that knows those by heart. There's 3 separate passages that I'm thinking of. that kind of break down the different spiritual gifts. Some as apostles, some as teachers, some with words of wisdom, all those, right? Well, he gives those to us, and we get some when we become Christians as well. There's evidence for that. What I'm saying is when we try to substitute those gifts with things that are meaningless, we think that we're like having fun, we think that we're getting somewhere, but we're just fooling ourselves. And that's why I also did this is tying also back to the expectations video. A lot of what I say is all around basically the same idea of us getting it. Basically, I want everybody to get it. And if Robert's not here, maybe one of y'all knows the passages of scripture. You can keyword search in one of your Bible apps. He gave some as teachers, some as apostles, some as preachers, some with words of wisdom. These are the keywords you can use to search. And there's 3 specific groupings, and that's where these different, some say there's 15, some say there's 21. I brought this up before. I'm going to have to do an entire educational stream on this subject. I'm going to have to. I'm going to be able to do that, thanks to God. So this concept of thankfulness. I am thankful for you. I am thankful for this opportunity to have people that want to get it, and that is encouraging, and it helps me to do what I want to do. And what do I want to do? I want to honor God. I want to be obedient to Him. And part of that is growing. So without community, and that's why community is so important, and that's why accountability is so important. This is virtual social accountability. And it's not, obviously it's not extremely intimate. There are limitations to the accountability, but just the nature of doing a thing and having that be a consistent thing, and people, in a lot of ways, depending on it, don't take that too literally the way that I'm saying that, but like counting on it, right? Oh, I expect this, right? So that kind of pressure is something that I'm thankful for, because I think we as men, and then even we as humans, we operate good or better when people expect from us, and when people expect the best from us, even better. When people expect you to do really, really good, that's better than when people expect you to fail, at the very least. It doesn't mean that you absolutely will do good just because people expect you to do good. That's between you and God, and whether or not you're in the main frame of mind of repenting and all of that. So what else am I thankful for? I want you to understand just how significant that that first thing is. This thing that I'm doing, sharing my life, helping edify others, lift others up, praying for others, talking about topics, it's somewhat life-changing. And what I mean by that is I've wasted literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours on an extremely fun video game that amounts to nothing. I think if I were to really dig deep and quantify or qualitatively determine the benefit that I gained from playing that game, is a little tiny itsy bit into the psyche of others in regards to survival, in regards to if the stuff hit the fan, but it's artificial. It's 99% unrealistic, and so on and so on. So hypothetically, I learned a little bit about human nature, but I can't argue that I didn't already know most of everything I learned in playing with other people. A side tangent about that, I also developed a little conspiracy theory regarding the Battle Royale games. I'm under the impression that, and thank you for the comments, I'll check them when I'm stationary, because I've got sun glare and all that stuff, so thank you. So, I've developed a conspiracy theory that Battle Royale games are just pumping the artificial intelligence machine, of which just endless data of the behavior and the actions and the patterns of all of the players, how they respond to human players, how they respond to the robot players, their patterns of movement, all of that. My conspiracy theory is that from Fortnite to, which I've never played that one, but to PUBG, to the countless other ones that are out there, that it's all just mining. You might not be familiar with that term, but mining is like reconnecting. Everybody loves reconnecting. Reconnecting is the best. When you go into a pattern of reconnecting, it's like the best thing ever. Everybody loves the little spinning circle. Everybody loves when it freezes up. You start calling out you say the word conspiracy, and you're just going to get shut down. You said conspiracy. Oh no. The unspeakable word of conspiracy. Beautiful water, guys. That's another thing I can be thankful for, is driving home with the sun up. Thankful for that. I do like that. All right. So anyway, I'm pretty certain that that's going on, and whether or not that has anything to do with like an eventual like artificial intelligence robot takeover, not necessarily that, but the data is more than likely able to be used for the next Agenda 21, 2030, whatever the UN has cooked up the next year. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about what we're thankful for, because yeah, the world's gonna end someday. It's gonna be gruesome. It's gonna be really terrifying. You know when Owen talks about signs, like when the signs go up to say please don't eat your children, you know that's like a biblical reference, right, guys? I don't think everybody like caught that, but that's like that's like something that legit is going to be part of the end times. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Oh boy. All right, let's get back to the topic of thankfulness. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for having a family. I am thankful. Here's the thing. I talk a lot about like having difficult finance situations. Some of you are so new, you don't know why I mentioned such a thing. Some of you, like, there's new people coming all the time, which is excellent. That also means that you won't have context for what I'm talking about or why I'm saying it. So I will share this story from time to time, and I will just kind of like, and it's going to be old news for some of you. Just bear with me. You can do that, okay? And if you can't, whatever. So in 2018, which is a year ago, I stopped getting paid for a job that I was working as a counselor, and for 6 months I was strung along, deceived, tricked, and it was bad, and it resulted in me making very little money last year. I made 1/3 of what I expected to make, and that was pretty drastic. So here's the cool thing, though. I moved to Florida, and I've talked about this before, but I just repeat for context's sake. Reasons why I'm thankful. This is reasons why I'm thankful. That's why this is relevant. So I moved to Florida, and my wife reminded me of this. This early this morning, middle of the night, something or other, she texted me sometimes when we're debriefing and stuff, or Sometimes the messages, they come after the fact. It's all good. She reminded, we moved to Florida knowing that we couldn't necessarily, especially immediately, we couldn't afford to live. Like, I had to get a job that would meet the ends meet, whatever. You get what I'm saying. Like, we're moving there. We can afford it now. We paid it ahead. And then, hey, this is a leap of faith. I don't have a job lined up. And I leapt, and it took me a little while to get a job. And I got a job. And it worked out, and I was making good money. And then they stopped paying me. It was just baffling. But anyway, God met the needs. And then the whole thing fell apart. And guess what? God met our needs. Like, I don't know if you can understand this. I don't know how many of you have families. You've got a family of 5, single income family, and you stop getting paid. You don't have sales. You moved 1,000 miles, literally. And I know people move longer. Oh, I've moved longer than that. Fine, it doesn't matter. Okay. I need to just not do that and then lock it in. Okay. Gave it all up. No reason. You say God, and it just, oh no, we can't have that either. We can't have thankfulness. Everyone must be miserable. Everyone must be miserable. The capital. That's why I liked the Hunger Games, is because of the capital. Because the capital in the Hunger Games is America. It is so much mainstream media, America, modern day. It is so realistic. Would you like this little beautiful platter of food and this little pill to throw it all up? I mean, guys, it's so America, okay? That movie is, maybe there's some illegit aspects of that movie, but I'm saying that movie is very legit. I don't know, whatever, it's all good. It's just a movie. I'm not saying it's gospel, obviously. All right. So what I'm saying is, even when the stuff hit the fan, God provided. Well, you're saying that because you had to live off of a tax refund? Yeah. It is what it is. And God has provided in much stranger ways in people's lives, guys. You know, through good things, even through bad things. Even evil things have been used to the glory of God. And don't take that the wrong way. Okay? Just think about it in a simple way. That's not the rule, okay? It's not the rule. It's like, it's an exception. Anyway. If you just stop arguing with me, I'm just kidding. Obviously, I'm arguing with myself just to exaggerate, to clarify. I mean, I get the phrase. It makes sense. It's good. I think that I do the same oftentimes. Hyperbole, sarcasm, all that stuff isn't. I get it. It's not a bad phrase. It's not a bad idea. I like that. So we're gonna move on. So then I get a job. I switched churches just because it was the necessary thing to do at the time. And immediately the new church that we're going to supports us. Find somebody in the church to work with. I've been out of work for a little over a month, and it's just a nightmare. I mean, being out of work and having bills coming due and just the stuff hitting the fan, it's a nightmare. So all right, back on track. So yeah, I get reconnecting. Let's play. What am I supposed to do? Well, you're supposed to get a studio and, bow to the powers that be and sign on the dotted line, and as long as you bow to us, we won't disconnect you. I'm gonna just barf. Alright. Hey, Logos. Or Logos in English, Logos in Greek. Just depends on what language you're speaking, okay? Because in English, it is appropriate to call it Logos. And in Greek, it definitely is Logos. But anyway, thank you for